NFL Saturday divisional round, Jags at KC. Let's talk about it. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, back with another NFL Prize Picks video, talking the divisional round, and we're going to talk about the Jags at KC today. I got a few plays that we'll dive into, give you my analysis on them. Hopefully, they help you out in your research process and play. Should be a fun one today. Man, the Jags with that comeback, the Chargers. I don't know what they do there. I think they got to fire that. It's just absolutely a dumpster fire. I can't believe they lost that game. So, but you got KC here. I think KC kind of whoops them here, coming off that big game. The Jags with that upset going into KC. Andy Reid with a bye. I just don't see any way the Jags are going to win this. But again, we'll talk about 4 plays that we do like there. If you do not have an account over at PrizePicks, make sure you use that promo code CashKeg and get yourself a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Link is in the description below. And this video is brought to you by oddschecker.com. You can go check them out and check out their YouTube channel. I will link it in the description below as well as the end of this video, and you have a chance to win $500. All you got to do is head on over there. Any video that they have, just comment on, subscribe to the channel, tell them CashKeg sent you, and that's all you got to do, and they'll pick a winner at the end of this month. And again, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and we'll try to knock out some more of these videos for you. But hey, we're just going to talk about the Jags and KC. Let's get after it. All right, PrizePicks desktop is up here. Again, I'm only going to talk about this first game. I'll record another video. We'll talk about the Giants and Philly for today. But I thought I would just split these kind of up if you wanted to do just kind of one game and play. A lot of people commented that they liked them better that way. So, hey, we'll knock them out that way. I think the first play we're going to talk about, we're going to go to Jerick McKinnon. Now, the big news here for KC is the fact that they're not going to elevate Edwards-Helaire. So they're not going to activate him. So we should still see a ton of McKinnon here, especially in the passing game. You can't really run so much against Jacksonville, but you know, McKinnon has been absolutely a monster towards the end of the season. So there's really a bunch of plays I like with him, but I'll give you my 2 favorite that I like. One of them here is being this Jared McKinnon and Patrick Mahomes rush and receiving touchdown. McKinnon has had a touchdown in each of the last 6 games. He just nonstop gets the ball in his hands a ton. And you have to kind of like what he does. Again, he's been super involved over the last 6 or so games. He put up 112 reception yards against Denver, 70 against Houston, 52 against Denver. And it's a spot where I can see them getting him involved quite a bit. Jacksonville, he put up 56 yards. I think we're going to see something similar to that. So what I do like is I do like the, rushing reception touchdown. I think he gets in the box yet again. He got there again over his last 6 games. And the other 2 that I like quite a bit, again, is over 4 receptions. Again, he's going to get the ball in his hands quite a bit. I don't think they'll try to run him a ton. He had 6 receptions against Jacksonville the last time that they played him on 8 targets. Andy Reid's, smart guy. He's not going to just try to run up the gut on these guys. He'll spread them out, get McKinnon involved, get him in space. That's what he does really well. So I do like the over 4 receptions. And then I like the over 33.5 reception yards. This is another play that I do like with him. If we kind of look at, I told you some of the monster games he had, over the last 5 games. But even before that, San Francisco, he had 36, Tennessee had 40, Jacksonville had 56. So I do like that they get him involved in the passing game. So those are plays that I do like with Jerick McKinnon. So I think I'd rank them the touchdown just because I just feel like he's going to get in the box, then receptions, and then yards. But those are the 3 that I really do like with McKinnon here. Let's move over and talk about Trevor Lawrence. Now, I don't think that they're going to win this game, but that doesn't mean he's going to have to chuck the ball a ton here, right? So a few of my favorite plays here for Trevor Lawrence in this game is actually looking at his pass completions and pass attempts. So KC gives up the second most pass attempts in the league. And a lot of that is because people are playing from behind. But they give up 36.5 pass attempts per game. And they played KC, like I said, back earlier this year. And he ended up having 40 pass attempts with 29 completions. So it's opened at 23.5. It's at 24.5 now. I'm perfectly fine with the 24.5. Like you said, he had to throw quite a bit to come back there. I throw the last two games completely out of the mix here. But a game where they have to be coming from behind, I really like this completions. He'll have no problem leaning on, ETN out of the backfield or Ingram over the middle. Like, he's got a lot of weapons to throw to. So I do like both of these. If you want to look at completions or pass attempts, I lean completions a little bit more than I do pass attempts, but he should be throwing the ball an absolute ton here to try to come back. We all know Doug Peterson is a smart guy as well. So he's going to try to get, spread these guys out and try to get him open, because there's no chance they have if they don't try to do some Philly special or something crazy that Doug Peterson can come up with, because it's going to be real tough going on the road to KC against an Andy Reid team that's been off a bye. I mean, I just don't see how they win this, but doesn't mean he's not going to sling the rock. So pass attempts and pass completions where I'm going to be living at here today, and those are my two favorite plays. Leaning more on the pass completions. It is juiced up around minus 125 on this play. And then the last play I like in this game is going over to Evan Ingram. When they played earlier this year, he didn't get as many targets as he did towards the end of the year. He had 4 targets in that KC game. He caught 3 of them for 22 yards. If we kind of look at what KC has done average against tight ends this year, they've averaged 4.5 receptions on 7 targets a game for about 48 yards here. So, they can give up some big games against the tight end here. And Evan Ingram's kind of been his security blanket over the last few, games here. Like I said, I'm throwing out the Houston-Tennessee game because they really didn't need him then. But if we go back, the Chargers did really well here. Come back to the Jets, 113, Dallas 62. Some big games here, 162 against a Tennessee game that mattered more. And he's just being more involved here. So I do like the over 48.5 yards. I think they're going to have to pass a ton here to play catch up. And I think Ingram, with the chemistry that they have, I think they'll lean on him pretty heavily here. So I do like the over 48.5 for Evan Ingram in this spot. So that's where I'm basically looking at here. Again, I think KC's going to win this game. One of my favorite plays, if you're looking in the books, is I like teasing KC and the Eagles here. I don't think the Giants and the Jags are going to be able to win today. So I don't mind like a 6 or 7 point teaser on those guys. And that's what I'm kind of looking at. So that's what we got on tap for today. Again, if you don't have that account over at PrizePicks, use that promo code CashK and get yourself 100% as a deposit match up to $100. And like always, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.